All right, welcome back. I hope everybody's safe and warm. I'll just jump into it since about 3 a.m. Goose got over, walked over by the door and started meowing and acting concerning. Spent most of last night trying to make him provide as much healing comfort as we can. Like I said, we've already been to the vet. They said that if he gets to where he's unstable, they will bring him back to stable. But if I'm being fully transparent, it feels like we're just prolonging the inevitable. This is one of the things I promised myself I'd be transparent about. If there is, if we do have to have a little ceremony outside in the near future, I'll probably go live for that and make sure that that's another part of the process, another part of the traumatic, the healing process with all the everything. This is one, aside from a funeral, this is the kind of the biggest, craziest thing that I've gone through in my adult life. House fire that took about a fifth of my life. That's what it felt like. That kind of ended a season that lasted about a fifth of my life. So I put on some clothes that I wouldn't mind getting dirty. I think this same shirt I wore yesterday. I try to avoid that so I can tell the videos apart, but I need to be able to get dirty to deal with him. He is in there resting presently with the nebulizer charging. I'm going to take him into the smaller bathroom and turn the steam on as best we can to just get, or turn the hot water on to get some steam going. It'll help him breathe. It's one of the things that, one of the next best things. He's stable right now, so I don't think that the vets another trip to the vet would do anything right this second. It'd just kind of be like, oh yeah, there's fluid in his lungs. He's still got that black spot. There's still all of the carcinogens and everything from the smoke inhalation. Suffered for about 5 hours and all that, and during in the house with it, with the fire. Yeah, I've been kind of concerned about all of the different things that can go wrong with that, but they say only about 33% of the animals in such a situation make it more than a couple days, and most of the mortality coming from euthanasia, which I've never thought that it was. I'd never want to just let something sit there and suffer. If typically I've been in scenarios where, like one of my roommates had a puppy, a beautiful pit bull, wonderful, a very well behaved dog as well. But at the time, the neighbors they lived up this hill and they had to get some speed before they got up the hill. And of course, puppies, I mean, it was just the edge of the driveway, and they ran into it. And I did what I always do in such a situation. I ask everyone around, is there any way that this animal lives? And if the answer is collectively no, that's usually the case. Usually the answer is collectively Like, no, absolutely not. There's no way that this animal lives more than a few hours. I'll look at it, whatever, a male, female, cat, dog, squirrel, rhinoceros, I don't really care. And I survey whether or not it's suffering. And then I typically make the next decision. If it were me, if I were in Goose's situation right now, I would want a bullet in my head to stop with the labored breathing and everything. I'm not about to put one in. I can't do it. Can't do it right now. Because there's still that chance that I'm being selfish with this one. He's been my buddy for too long. Not right now, at least. It gets to the point where there's a good half dozen people around, and I can look at all of them, and they all give me the exact same. Absolutely not. This kitty doesn't have more than hours. Then we'll reevaluate then. But I would hate to be the reason he suffers longer than necessary. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As I said, I got up and went over to the side of the room about 3 a.m. I woke up and I started trying to provide immediate attention, medical and otherwise. We've got as much antibiotics in them as it feels comfortable to put in them. I'll not pretend to know what the best course of action in this situation is. And I don't know what to call it, the kicker is the day before last, might have been yesterday morning, before I opened the door and let the kitties out, Goose and Gray were both coughing in that very familiar way. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That I've only really ever seen anyone do, or any animals do, when they've suffered from smoke inhalation. Not that I'm the expert on that, but like plumbing, going through this, and I'll be better at it than I ever wanted to be. And that's not because the pipe stayed working well. That's because there was an issue that needed a remedy. So we'll see what happens. Appreciate you, Nate. Ah, I see what you're doing. We'll get there. We'll get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, fun fact, I've heard that going out with your push-ups does more of your chest. I've been trying to go for my triceps a little bit more. This is something that I just haven't worked on a whole lot more than the past 6-8 months. So I've been trying to go back. I think that was 7. We're gonna do 8 just cause. And then more of this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 to grow on. I think it's 27 altogether. Let's get the fan on. So, plan is to knock out these exercises, check the charge on the nebulizer, and see if we can, by the grace of God, get this kitty back in full health. All right. We'll do these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18.
There it goes.
7. Thanks, Zach. 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's been a while. Still not even healed from the last of the things yet. But have some salt and medicine. We'll get there. I've had a lot of crazy things happening lately that are kind of keeping me from being as mobile as I like to be. We'll kind of see where that ends up. But I don't know if that means I need to learn better to stop, hurry up and wait, just stop moving and find the right opportunity or to push past the pain onto what feels like the next right thing. Once I find out what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Well, those were significantly harder after getting out of bed at 3 a.m. and not going back to it. But that's, again, what it looks like to show up every day. Whether it's easy or it's hard. Whether there are injuries, whether there's stuff on the to-do list, or the life's going well, or challenging. That's what it looks like. Carpe the diem. And don't forget, it's always a good day to have a good day.